talking all Aki. Think he Big Poppy, then I'll chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you're too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I...
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. They run with the Alabama rookie. That's Brian Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Yards that time on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Cowboys at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
1st down, Prescott. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. 1st and goal at the 1. Pollard is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
47. 47.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. On the move to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they've always wanted to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And his defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Brissett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Brissett. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Brissett now. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. To throw is Brissett. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Tressway on fourth down is sent out to punt.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Play action now. Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
Play after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Brissett sets to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And now the punter, Tressway, as he sends this one away. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Ray on to punt the football. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.